Hello everybody, this is DDK's Kitchens, and this is John Ayano's personal chef to you and to everybody who loves to make easy recipes. Buy my books, DDK Recipe Books 1 and 2, and you can find them almost anywhere these days. They're at Pine Tree Orchard, they're at Flicker Meats, they're at Grunhofer Meats. They are with me, the author, John Ayanos, at divadish67 at gmail.com or 612-859-3270. What are you looking at today? I bet you'd like to know. Well, I'll tell you. Today is Sunday, September 8th, and fall is in the weather. And it's a little cool out, and it's going to get a little bit cooler before it warms up again. So what do you think about when you want something really kind of comforting for this kind of weather? I think of chicken pot pie is one of the things I think about. Today it's chicken pot pie. So we have here in front of you a deep dish pie tin. Okay, these are the non-stick kind, but I still prep it anyway because they still stick to a point, and certain things you really have to prep anyway. And I prep it with some really good all-vegetable shortening, organic all-vegetable shortening. Very good, easy to put on. You get all the bottom underneath this crust. It's all prepped, this pan. And then you're going to put the crust in there, crust 1. And I cheat with my crust. I'm sorry, I don't make my own anymore. It takes too much, and I've got other things to do. I'm sure you do too. And you're supposed to be saving time, and that's what my recipes are about. So today we're using the Essential brand, which you can get at any Kowalski's Cobb or regular Cobb's, okay? And it's a good brand crust, it really is, and they're very affordable, okay? You can use them for this kind of pie, which is a chicken pot pie, or use them for fruit pies. You can use them for meat pies. It's just, they're very versatile. So you've got the crust 1 in there, and it's all fluted, as you can see, and then you poke little holes in the bottom so you let the heat come through and cook the crust better so it's not soggy, so it's actually crisper, okay? Then we're going to go to this big bowl over here, and let me tell you what's in here. There is 1 can of chicken breast with the juice, because it's all natural. It's in water. It's in chicken broth water. That's shredded in here, okay? We got 1 can, drain the liquid, of fresh green beans, okay? We've got 1 can of chicken gravy in here, all right? We have 1 can of whole carrots. I cut them up because they were a little big, okay? For seasonings, we have a 1/4 cup of poultry dry gravy mix. We have a teaspoon of celery seed, a 1/4 teaspoon of dill weed, 1/4 teaspoon of poultry seasoning. Now you can use more of this if you want after you taste the gravy when you mix this all together, okay? If you need to have more, that's great. Now I did do one thing a little extra today. I did add a little what they call country gravy dry mix. These are dry gravy mixes. They make gravy, delicious gravy actually, and all you do is follow the instructions on the back. You add water, you slow warm it up in the microwave, and the gravy is just to die for. But you can use it just dry without adding any extra moisture when you're doing dishes like this, because you already have moisture that you're going to be adding to this, all right? So this is what's in here. This is all going to be mixed up, all right, where you're going to have everything blended. So when you're going to do that, you're going to go like this, okay? Let me show you. You see the moisture in there? That's from the gravy, and that's from the chicken broth that was already in the can of chicken right there. Okay, so we're going to mix this all up, all right? You see how that's getting, see the moisture in there? Okay. So you're going to have this all blended where it looks really, really good. And I might add a little bit more chicken to this because I like a lot of chicken in my chicken pot pies. When they say chicken, you don't want the chicken waved over the pie. You want to actually see a lot of chicken. And I can see I have some, what I call, little voids there where there isn't as, the chicken's not filling up those spots, and you're just going to be, when you bite into it, you're just going to be tasting, the juice or a piece of vegetable, which is not bad. But it's nice to have, a lot of meat. Okay, the other thing I'm going to add to this, of course, is my potatoes. And those are right here. As you can see, I parboiled these in the microwave for about 6 minutes in a microwave Pyrex bowl. And now they're parboiled, so they're not completely cooked, but they're going to finish cooking in here. And this is 2 small russet, red potatoes, not russets this time. This is red potatoes. Left the skin on, cut it up in little pieces, and that's going to be dumped in here. Okay. So now we have potatoes. We have green beans. We have carrots. We have chicken gravy, okay, by Campbell's. We have 1 can of chicken with their chicken broth, all right? And we have all those seasonings that I just mentioned are all in here. So now we're going to mix this up again and see what we got, okay? All right. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to taste this, okay? And I'll let you know. Yeah, it's got a really good taste. Really good taste. I think it could use a little bit more celery seed. And I'm going to add a little bit of caraway to it. And the reason for that is that I want it to have just a little snap. Okay, so caraway seed does that, gives it a little snap. You can use it in a lot of things. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there, see? Okay, now we're going to mix this again and see what we've got. I'm going to taste it. This is the way you make it at home. Okay, when you make this recipe, and this recipe is in book 1, this is the way you do it. You've got to taste it as you go along after you mix it, because you got to see if it tastes right. You might have to add something more that you like. Maybe you want more gravy in there. Maybe you want more celery seed in, or dill, or poultry seasoning. Maybe you don't want the caraway in there. You have to taste it so you know, okay, because it's for you and your family or friends. Yep, that's what it needed. Okay, so this is what we're looking like for this chicken pot pie. This is the filling. I may or may not add more chicken. I have to think about that, but it's got a really good flavor right now. And it looks pretty full. When I add the potatoes, now it's filled things out, as you can see. There's no gaps in there when you're looking at it, because that's how it's going to be when you put it in the pie filling here and you bake this. You're going to put another pie crust on top of it, which, by the way, is lying right here. Okay, I haven't rolled that out yet, but that's going to go on top of this after I put this in there. I'm going to fill that all up. I'm going to put the other pie crust on top, flute it like this, slice a couple of diagonal holes in it like you would a fruit pie, so it can let the steam out, because you don't want that steam held in there, otherwise it doesn't cook right and it'll get soggy. You don't want the crust to be soggy. You want it to be crisp on top and have a semi-crisp, flaky crust on the bottom. That's why you put holes in the bottom, okay? You're going to bake this at 350 on a cookie sheet, because it does bubble over. All pies do that. I don't care what they are. They always bubble over. Then you get the mess in the stove. Yuck, okay? Even with self-cleaning stoves, you don't want it. So you're going to bake it at 350 approximately an hour plus. And when I mean approximately, you're going to have to look at how your oven cooks and see that the top crust on top is going to be like a light golden brown and flaky. And of course, this mixture is going to bubble out through those little slots I told you to make in the top crust. So then you know it's done, okay? So you're going to have to try and error. You're going to have to see how your oven bakes. It may take a little bit longer, but at 350, at least an hour, maybe an hour and 20. Okay, then you're going to let it sit when you take it out of the oven. So before you slice it, approximately 5 to 10 minutes so everything settles, so the gravy and everything thickens before you slice into it, and then serve it on a nice sized dish because it's gonna be it's gonna be juicy. And you're going to want to serve it. You can serve it with a side salad if you want, but you've got so many vegetables in there. You've got everything in there. Carrots, green beans, potatoes. Okay, you really don't have to have a side salad now unless you want one. Maybe serve it with a fruit salad or serve it with applesauce or peaches. Something that trips your trigger. But that's what you're going to have for your delicious lunch, brunch, today's Sunday, or your dinner. Enjoy your meals, enjoy cooking, enjoy the recipes from DDK because they are simple, easy, delicious, and healthy. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday with your family and friends. Enjoy yourselves. Eat well. Manja. Ciao, babies.